We move on to some other stories now. Beginning next year, the Office of the Special Prosecutor will prosecute 31 cases pending before it. Kisie Jabing, who announced this, said the cases have gone through the necessary vetting as well as scrutiny. Although he will not give details of the cases going to court, he indicates that the office is ready to live up to expectations. He's been addressing a news conference today.
The OSP, ladies and gentlemen, has completed The OSP, ladies and gentlemen, has completed.
We'll definitely bring that back to you because, amongst others, he's been talking about the fight against corruption, which, according to many, has been in reverse for the last 3 years. He's convinced that the Office of the Special Prosecutor has been resuscitated to fight that corruption. Elton Brobe is on the ground, and he was part of that press conference, and he joins me via phone. Elton, first off, I would want to find out if he gave any leads or hints as to these 31 cases that we're going to be prosecuting starting next year.
No, not you.
Elton, you have to reposition yourself. I'm dying to hear what the leads are, but the telephone line is not allowing. If you could reposition yourself and take that again. Hello, Elton.
Okay, now.
Much better. Please.
Yeah, so I was talking about the fact that he will not go into detail to tell us the nature of these cases, except to say that he is ready to go to court because these cases have been investigated and they are convinced that they stand a better chance of getting prosecution in their favor. So beginning January, he will head to court and prosecute the 31 cases. But for now, there is no case pending before any court, brought before any court by the special prosecutor. So we'll have to wait and hear what he, in the coming days, who will be put before court. Because for him, if he should mention names and then they go to court and they don't get the required prosecution, they may have damaged the reputation of that individual in question. So they rather go to court and then put their case before a judge.
Okay. Well, I was asking if he explains why, since he took office, because the previous prosecutor we know had some cases pending. Did he explain why they haven't been able to conclusively prosecute any case?
Well, for him, the fight against corruption was in a reverse in the last 3 years. Because when he inherited the office of special prosecutor this year, August 5th, 2021, according to him, he met a non-functional office. No staff on duty, no set plan in motion to deal with cases pending before it. In fact, he said the only case that was in court, put there by the special prosecutor, was the one involving the state versus Mahama Yariga, the member of parliament for Central, which he subsequently went to court and had the court cancelled that case because it lacked the merit for any serious prosecution. So in the last 2 years, according to him, there was a reversal in the prosecution of corrupt cases, and basically saying that maybe the former special prosecutor did not do a good job as far as the office is concerned. But going forward, they have instituted a lot of measures, including the corruption timetable that will start next year, plus a special memo written to all government agencies regarding contracts and the need for the special prosecutor to do financial risk or corruption risk assessment before such contracts can be awarded. And the rationale behind this, according to him, is to ensure that the nation has value for money and that he is able to address the issue of the payment of what he describes as needless judgment debt. So these are some of the things that next year you'll be doing, even though he confirmed that looking at the 2022 budget and the allocation to his office is woefully inadequate. But he was disappointed, according to him, when he saw the figure. But that is not deterring him from doing his work as a special prosecutor because he's received a lot of support from the chief of staff. The 10-story building located at South Ridge, which is an allocated service of the special prosecutor, has undergone renovation and ready for occupation. He's recruited some staff, and for him, the office appears to be in motion now, ready to pay back the taxpayer next year in terms of prosecution and dealing with corruption issues.
Elton, great reporting there. Thank you. That's our presidential correspondent. We can hear from Kisie Jabin, the special prosecutor.
The OSP, ladies and gentlemen, has completed a review of all the alleged cases of corruption and corruption-related offenses before it. Currently, the OSP is investigating 31 active cases, and it will, in due course, commence the prosecution in the courts of the cases it considers probatively strong. There is no case commenced by the OSP pending in the courts at the moment. I inherited one court case, that is the Republic against Mahama Ayariga and another, which I discontinued in October after a careful scrutiny of the available evidence led me to conclude that the Republic will be unable to prove its case on the standard of proof required in criminal cases, that is, proof beyond reasonable doubt. The OSP will institute, as part of its Pressure for Progress drive, an annual Ghana Corruption League table to assess perceived levels of public sector corruption in the estimation of experts and business people. In aid of this, public agencies will be ranked against each other on a corruption barometer, and the results will be published every 9 December. The OSP will vigorously investigate and prosecute cases of alleged or suspected corruption and corruption-related offenses and recover proceeds of such offenses through property tracing of tainted property and currency, in line with our vision of rendering corruption a costly enterprise. We cannot continue on the path of see no evil, hear no evil. Let us expose the evil of corruption. Let us eschew corrupt practices, as we bear in mind that ours should be a life of live and let live in the national interest. We must transform our thinking and psyche from a ritualistic, gift-giving society marked by undeserved attainment of wealth to secure undue advantage in all spheres of life to one of merit-based rewards. This is our sure chance to curb corruption, and we cannot miss this opportunity. The OSP will institute, as part of its Pressure for Progress drive, an annual Ghana Corruption League table to assess perceived levels of public sector corruption in the estimation of experts and business people. In aid of this, public agencies will be ranked against each other on a corruption barometer, and the results will be published every 9 December. The OSP will vigorously investigate and prosecute cases of alleged or suspected corruption and corruption-related offenses and recover proceeds of such offenses through property tracing of tainted property and currency, in line with our vision of rendering corruption a costly enterprise. We cannot continue on the path of see no evil, hear no evil.
So that's a special prosecutor